Howdy folks, I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade. Welcome back to Final Fantasy VII. Last time, Aeris left us. She went to go try to fight Sephiroth, or deal with Sephiroth, at the City of the Ancients. Not the Temple of the Ancients, the City of the Ancients, a different place. We're going to head there now. Before we do, I'm going to go ahead and show you my setup that I did off screen. As I said, I was going to bring in Cid and Vincent, which is what I'm going to stick with, Cid and Vincent for my party, because they both need to work on their limit breaks. And mostly because they're the newest characters. I've also put them both in Fury, as you can tell, to help, again, work on their limit breaks. As far as gear setup, Cloud, we'll start with Cloud, has still got the Rune Blade for double AP growth, Gold Armlet and Bolt Ring to nullify lightning attacks. Cid has the Dragoon Lance, which has 8 slots, as you can see, unfortunately all normal though, but it's still 8 slots, which is nice. None of them paired though. Gold Armlet and Ribbon to prevent all abnormal status ailments. And Vincent has the Shotgun, Dragon Armlet that drains half of fire, cold, and lightning, and the Vitality plus 10 Protect Vest. To specify what this means by drains half of fire, cold, and lightning, means any fire, ice, or lightning attack that is cast on Vincent will do no damage to him, but half of the attack power will be actually heal him. So, if you were to be attacked by a fire, ice, or lightning attack that, say, deals 200 damage, instead of dealing 200 damage to him, he'll actually take 100 damage, 100 points of healing. He'll actually heal him for 100 points, so it's a nice little ability. It'll actually be an armor that even if the defense stat is not as good as later armors, I will probably still use just for the absorption of those 3 elements. Alright, that's what I got set up for gear. Let's look at materia. I'm still using Restore, Lightning, Fire, and this elemental materia here for double AP growth. Again, the elemental materia is strictly just for the AP growth. Not usable because it's not paired. Poison added effect to prevent the poison elemental prevent the poison status rather. Enemy skill for multi-targeting magic, and steel because we are going to be doing some stealing in the next area. Cid has a lot of my materia, a lot of them that I don't really normally use, but mainly put on there just because he's got the attack power and the room to do it. Without any materia on him, he has close to 3,000 HP, which is more than even Cloud has, and Cloud has actually 3 more levels over Cid. But he has enemy skill materia for multi-targeting magic, Morph to work on it because I had the space, I'm going to put that on there. Steel because we are going to be stealing. Cover because he's one of the 2 that I want to work on limit breaks for. Counter attack just because I had the space, again put it on there. And then 2 summon materials, Bahamut and Odin. Mostly Bahamut because of his ability to penetrate defenses. His attacks aren't affected by an enemy's defense stat. And Odin is pretty much the same thing. If I get in a clutch situation and I need something to do some like one hit shots against normal enemy, I can cast Odin, and most likely he'll cast Steel Bladed Sword and just wipe all the enemies off the map. And then Restore here to heal. He's got Lightning All and Fire All, so he's essentially my mage with all that magic abilities. He's got the enemy skill materia along with 2 all magic materias. However, my true mage, if you will, is going to be Vincent. He's pretty much taking the place of Aeris at this moment. Restore All, Lightning All, Fire All, Ice Elemental to prevent ice elemental damage or reduce ice elemental damage. We are going into an area where enemies will cast ice attacks on us. Manipulate because there's probably some enemy skills we may come upon, and Steal. So that's going to be my setup for now. Again, the biggest points that I want to make here is Vincent is going to be my mage, taking Aeris' place right now. And the only reason Cid has so many materia that I haven't been equipping thus far is mostly because I had the space, and I thought if I get into a pinch, both these summon materia will be useful. Other than that, there's really no point. And then of course for Cloud, I'm still trying to work up these materia as much as possible. Alright, with that done, we are ready to go ahead and move on. Let's go ahead and jump in the Tiny Bronco. And we need to head all the way around the western continent and to the north. So what we need to do is I need to turn the camera around here. And we're going to head up around here. Over this direction is where the Temple of the Ancients was. Now, the Temple of the Ancients is gone, and all it is a hole in the ground. You can kind of see, well, you can't see it, but right about in the middle of that forest area right there is where the Temple of Ancients used to be. Alright. Now, instead, we need to go around this little set of islands here. And we need to go through that little river that we used to go to, that we've gone through before a few times. Past the house here, past the gold saucer on the right, go through this river right here. And on the other side, we keep going past this landmass here. And we're going to continue to the right. Where we're going is, like I said, basically the northern continent, if you will. So just keep staying on the blue land, I believe. Yeah, we're going to, this is the right way. Go left from here. Around here. And we're getting pretty close now. The northern continent is right up here. You can kind of see it up there on the top of the screen right there. Or rather, what we're seeing is still the western continent. That's not what I meant to say. Now we're seeing the northern continent, all the snowy areas. That's the northern continent. Like I said, we're going into a snow area, so we're using enemies casting ice attacks. So yeah, fire magic is going to become very important here, or very powerful here. And here we are. This is our next destination. Now, this little bone structure you see up ahead, that's our next destination, but that's not the city of the ancients. No. That's just Bone Village. It's a little excavation site. So we're going to jump off here. Don't really see any need to do any saves or anything, so let's just go straight into Bone Village. This is an excavation site, as I said. It's just talk to this guy here, he'll explain things. The lunar harp is somewhere here in the ground. We can explain it for you if you want us to. I'm going to say not right now, because I want to explain what this lunar harp is. I don't know where they explain it, if it's explained at all. But our destination rather is up this ladder and into this little hole here. Let's talk to this lady. The forest just beyond here is called the Sleeping Forest. Obviously our destination because blue text. Right now the forest is asleep. Anyone who wanders inside while it's asleep gets confused. You can go in, but you may never come out. And what's going to happen? A girl in pink and a man in black cape went in. Okay, well, that was Aeris and obviously Sephiroth. If you try going in here, all you're going to be able to do is go forward. And at this point, all you can do is just go straight up. And if you go straight up, all you're going to do is end up back at the bottom of this map here, and you just do that over and over and over again. You will not be able to proceed through here. So, we're going to actually just get this thing awoken. We need to awake the Sleeping Forest. How sleeping trees keeps you from moving on is beyond me, but hey, it's a Final Fantasy game, whatever. We need to actually dig up the lunar harp. We need the lunar harp to wake the Sleeping Forest. So to get that, it's in the ground somewhere here at the excavation site. Fortunately, I know where it is. But to make sure, we're going to go ahead and get some help. Let's talk to this guy here. We're going to say start digging. And we want to say lunar harp. Just say lunar harp right now. We don't want good treasure or normal treasure. We just want the lunar harp. Alright? Now what's going to happen is, everybody's going to disappear, and we have to switch to put staff in position. You can put up to 5 people in this area, and the best thing, it's going to cost, I think, 100 gil each time, so you got plenty of gil to do it. You shouldn't have to worry about it. You got plenty of gil to do it. And what I'd like to do is like to put them in kind of a compass formation. I'll show you what I mean. Wherever you're going to stand is where the staff is going to be. So I'm going to stand right about here. This is a good spot. Or switch, order a search for 100 gil, or you can just say done if you want to immediately go. But I want to show you how to use these the staff in case you're not exactly sure where the lunar harp is. All right, order a search, and then somebody's going to come up the ladder and going to go right where you are. All right, you can, like I said, you can put up to 5 staff in position. You can stop at any time between 1 and 5, and you can put them anywhere in this area. You can put them on this upper level or on the lower level. Again, what I like to do is, like I said, I put them in like a compass formation. I put one like right up here, right near the entrance to the the forest. You can go ahead and move around to other areas and they'll still go wherever you put switch. I like to put another one right about here. Right in this little gap here, just south of well, just south of this tree here, whatever you want to call it. This tree here, and the left of this tent, or right of the tent. And then I like to put 2 down here on the bottom. 1 right about here next to this plane. And 1 right about here at the entrance to this little, whatever you want to call this little hut right here. Alright. That's 5. I have to press switch to direct the bomb for search. So let's do that. Press switch. Bomb gets set off. The staff members will calculate the tremors and dig up the buried item. The dig point is where the staff's line of vision meets. This is why I say put the staff in kind of a compass position, because when you hit OK here, they're going to look in the general direction of the item we're looking for. And like I said, where their lines of vision meet is what we're looking for. So you want to kind of put them in different spots, so as they're each one turn to look at their destination, you can kind of gauge where each one's pointing. If you put too many on one side, they're all going to turn one direction, and it's all going to look like they're looking over this way, and it's not going to do you any good. So pretty much you can spot it pretty easily from these 2 on the left, because this one here is kind of looking right about this direction, and then this one at the top is looking right about here. And then this one over here on the right is looking right about here as well. So these 3 pretty much can guarantee pretty much nail the spot that it is. Let's check the bottom 2 just in case. Okay, the purple girl here is looking right about the same spot. And the green guy is looking straight up, which is almost exactly in the line of where the item is. So, okay. With that in mind, you've got a little bit of room for error. But we're going to put right about here. Because it looks like we're about in line with everybody. Everyone looks like everybody's line of vision is staring right at Cloud. So we're going to hit switch. The staff will dig here. The result will be placed in the treasure box overnight. So, there is a little bit of room for error. If you didn't get it right on the spot, they'll kind of dig in like around, kind of near that area. And if I did put it in the right spot, we should have the lunar heart. Let's find out. Alright, they're digging for it. We open the treasure chest and we get key item lunar harp. So we got it. Now again, you didn't have to use the staff for that. So if you're trying to save your money for whatever reason and you want to know exactly where the lunar harp is, it is right about here, just a little bit to the right of that smokestack that's coming out of the bottom tent down here, just a little bit to the right of the topmost of this this smoke, and just south of the left side of the tent with the skeleton head on top. So if you're looking for that's exactly where the lunar harp is going to be, give or take a pixel or 2 one direction or another. But it's right about in this area. If you dig in here without the staff, you should still be able to get the lunar harp if you're trying to save money or whatever. All right, with that done, you can actually dig for other items here. And actually, one key item that we're going to be getting a little bit later that we can't get now, I don't think. But you can dig at random spots around here. You can pick up things like elixirs, ethers, potions, things of that sort. If there's items that you miss later in the game, I think you can come back here and dig them up. I won't be able to point out what those particular items are because I'm going to get them at their best opportunity. Specifically level 4 limit breaks items is what I'm referring to. Alright. Let's check and see what he's got to sell real quick. Alright, he's got new armor. He's got diamond bangles. Rune armor. What's so special with rune armor? Oh, he's got 4 double slots. Okay, nothing that impressive right now. Okay. But those diamond bangles are definitely better. At least armor, or at least defense-wise. So let's see. I know that Vincent has that armor that drains half of fire, ice, and lightning, so that's why his armor is different. We'll go ahead and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. For now, I'll probably be sticking with Vincent and Sid for a while. So just for now, I'm going to go ahead and just get 3 armors just for them. because I think by the time we get the next, I guess you can say, level up, or next upgraded armor, we will probably be able to change party members by then. So having a full set of party members with this diamond bangle would be kind of a waste of money. So I'm going to buy 3 of those. I got a total of 3 now. I don't think I need any items here. There's other hyper tranquilizer tent. Okay. Okay. Alright, that's good. Let's equip those, see what they look like. Diamond bangle. Alright, so we have 1 extra slot, so that's nice. Okay, so yeah, alright. Is there anything I want to even put here? MP absorb, death blow, long range, chocobo lure, luck plus. Nothing I really want to put there. I guess I'll put luck plus there again, only just for the AP growth and the material, the gil I'll get for it later. And I guess MP absorb. There's nothing else I really care to put on there. So MP absorb, just for AP. Okay, with that change made, we're actually ready to go into the forest. We got the lunar harp key item. We can go into the sleeping forest. So let's head on in. Get past this part here where we saw Aeris and Sephiroth before we woke up in Gongaga. Take a few steps forward here, and the lunar harp automatically works for us. Sleeping forest awoke. Alright, with that said, the forest is now awake. We can proceed through it safely. But before we do, we went over here and got this. Oh, I missed it. You might have seen a little red dot floating around the screen. We need to grab that little red dot. And it kind of floats around the screen a few times. There it is. You get it? Got it! It is the Kujata materia. It is another summon materia. Take a look at it. Kujata. Summons Kujata. Very straightforward. The thing about the Kujata materia is it's actually a pretty good materia if your enemies don't absorb elements. The Kujata materia actually casts multiple elements. I believe it's fire, ice, lightning, earth. I think that's it. I think it's just those 4. And maybe wind also, but I'm not entirely sure. But I'm pretty sure about the other 4. It casts all of those in a single attack. And it's pretty potent, pretty damaging attack. Problem is, if any enemy if the enemy that you're attacking it absorbs any one of those 4 elements, the attack is useless, and the enemy will absorb the damage from the attack. So it's a powerful materia if your opponent just doesn't absorb elements. So I unfortunately won't be using it. Again, I will be showing off all these summons in like probably a bonus episode or something like that, just to show them off. But as far as usefulness in this playthrough, you probably won't see me using many summons, if at all, other than what you've already seen me do so far with Bahamut and maybe Odin. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Head up here to the north. And with the sleeping forest awoke, we're now here. This is the Corel Valley. Or, well, I'm going to call it Corel Valley. It's called a Corel Valley, even though we're nowhere near North Corel. We're actually north of North Corel, and yet we're in the Corel Valley. Go figure. Okay, there's an enemy we want to encounter here, because there's an item we want to steal from it. A pretty good item, actually. Let's go up here first and open this chest for a water ring. Alright, what is the water ring? Well, it's just like the bolt ring. It actually drains water attacks. It's actually a little more powerful than the bolt ring, where the bolt ring nullifies lightning attacks, therefore a lightning attack on someone with that ring will deal no damage. And this actually changes damage into healing. So anyone hit with a water attack will heal for that kind of amount of damage, which I'm going to put on Vincent in place of the Protect Vest. That way I've got some more elemental defense. So now anybody that casts a water attack on Vincent will heal Vincent. Alright. With that done, let's go ahead and go back down here around this way. Through this log. And we got some new enemies here, I'm sure. Alright. We got like seahorse looking guys in front. These guys are called Mall Dancers. And the guys in the back are called Bound Fats. Alright. The Bound Fats can cast an enemy skill that we've already got called Death Sentence. Let's go ahead and go beta here because we're in an area where fire magic will be very useful. So Flyraga and beta are your best moves. The seahorse things in front, as you can see, can slow your party and cast darkness. So your best move there would obviously be sticking to magic abilities. I think it's darkness. Yeah, I think this is inflicted with darkness. But the most irritating one is obviously going to be slow. I got dazers there. Okay, that's good. That's a good item to have. Alright, I'm going to hang around in this area just a little bit longer just to make sure I've got the right... make sure I come across the enemy I'm looking for. And these are not them. So I'm going to cut to when I actually find the enemy that I'm looking for. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I haven't found the enemy that I've been looking for. It may not spawn in this particular area. So I'm going to move on to the next area and see if maybe it's up here. Alright, it's kind of like a long, toothy area. See if this is the enemy that I'm looking for. Yeah, here it is. Okay, these are the guys I'm looking for. This guy is the one I'm looking for. This guy called Hunky. This is not the one I'm looking for. Okay, my mistake. Alright, we're going to kill this guy off anyway. This guy has cast a mini on you. Now, Vincent's shorter than Cloud. Also, one thing I wanted to point out: the Bound Fats that I showed you in the previous area, the Death Sentence skill that they can cast is usually a final attack, so they'll cast Death Sentence just before they die. So when you get them with a strong enough attack that kills them, they'll sometimes cast Death Sentence on your character before they die. So another reason why to use multi-targeting attacks, so once you kill them all, you're done. I'm still in the Corel Valley, right? Yeah, alright. I'm going to hang around here a little bit longer and see if I can find the enemy I'm looking for. Apparently, what I thought was the Acrophes, which is that hungry right there, I thought that's what I was looking for. Obviously not. So, when I find it, I'll show it to you. So, once again, be right back. Alright, I'm back. I've had a hard time finding this particular enemy that I'm looking for. I will eventually find it and show it to you, but it's obviously not here. I'm having trouble finding it, so it's no big deal. It just has an item that I was going to steal. It's basically another water ring, so I could steal another water ring from him. You can do it over and over again. I also did this here to show off the achievement and the first limit break for Sid called Boost Jump. So, went ahead and showed that off there. Yeah, I'm having trouble fighting this Acrophes. I don't know if I'm still in the wrong area, if there's another part of the Coral Valley that you meet him at, or if I'm just having bad luck with the encounter rate. But all he really is for is just to steal the water ring. So if you want your entire party to be able to drain water attacks, you can steal 2 more water rings from those Acrophes, and then you'll have an entire party immune to water damage. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move on here because it's taking me too long to find this enemy, and apparently I'm just in the wrong area. So, alright, we'll continue on down here. And now we're on the world map. As you can see by the world map down here where we are now, we're actually north of the Bone Village. I can turn the camera around here a little bit. It's kind of, I won't be able to actually point it out very easily. But right over that direction, I believe, is the Bone Village. You can kind of see on the map that little white dot, and you see the blinking blue dot next to it. The blue dot is the Tiny Bronco, and the white dot is the Bone Village. So that's why. So we're here. Over here in this ice area, and we go in here for this area we're about to go into is the Forgotten City, the Lost City, whatever you want to call it. Before we jump in here, I'm going to save and be right back. Fine, I'm all saved up. I healed up as well. I used a tent, so I should be ready to go. Let's go ahead and head into the Forgotten City. Forgotten Capital, that's where we are. Alright. Now we can go up to the straight direction. By the way, there's no encounters here. There's no enemies in this particular area, so you don't have to worry about battle encounters or anything like that. If we go straight up through this area, this direction here, this is where we're going to need to go eventually anyway, for storyline reasons, so I'm not going to go that way just yet. First, I'm going to take a left and do some exploring. There's obviously 3 ways to go. We're going to take the left path first. Wind around up here, and go into this little tiny building on the left. In here we find a save point, which I don't need because I just saved, and a chest with a magic source in it. Now, throughout this little area here, you'll see these little glowing stone-looking things. If you walk up to it and interact with it, I can get Cloud to look at it. Words of the Ancients. Can't understand, huh? Oh well. I would route that exit there. We go this way. Back around here into this little area over here. Take these steps down over here, behind these pillars, and open this chest up for an Aurora Armlet, a new armor. But I think it's actually pretty good. Let's check it out real quick. Aurora Armlet. Yeah, much better on defense. Drains cold attacks. Now, in this game, cold, or ice in this case, and water are 2 different elements. So, having a water ring with the Aurora Armlet will actually make you resistant to both cold, or ice, and water attack, which is very nice. I'm going to lose a materia slot, but that's okay because the materia that I have equipped on that one slot is nothing that I really care for. I don't really care about it. Apologize for the yawning. I don't know why I'm yawning. So let's replace the Diamond Bangle with the Aurora Armlet, and now Cloud will drain ice attacks and be immune to lightning attacks. So having elemental immunities and or draining abilities or accessories and armors are very nice. There's actually this Aurora Armlet in its base defense. Its defense is 76, which is as you can see much higher than the Dragon Armlet and the Diamond Bangle that we picked up earlier. So that's actually pretty nice. Alright, that's all we can do here. We can go up if we wanted to, but there's nothing up there to really see, so we're just going to go back on out. Go down around this way. Now we're going to go back to the right side. And just to kind of, again, I'm not keeping you completely up to date on it because I'm not 100% accurate. But if you're keeping up with the battles at Fort Condor, if you're using a guide or something, or if you're just curious, there is a battle available at Fort Condor right now. And in just a moment, after a certain event passes, there'll be another battle available at Fort Condor. So you have to go all the way back there to fight it. But just letting you know about it, that there's another chance for another Fort Condor battle. Now we go up here. We can't actually go too much past this direction. Right about here. We can't actually go that way. So let's try checking up here, see if there's anything up this direction. I don't think there is, but it's good to check. When we come up here, though, you'll see where we are. We're actually looking at the other side of this rock. Then when we go into it, we now have like a full overlook of the entire area. What we're seeing here is the area we were just in a moment ago, where I picked up the Aurora Armlet, and it's actually located on the lower right-hand, middle right-hand side of the screen. That's where the Aurora Armlet was, just to kind of give you a perspective as to where we are now. Again, nothing really in here that we can do in this room. Just kind of, I guess, just here to show you how accurate they like to make the maps. So, all right. We're going to go into this first house once we get back down around these little winding roads here. Let's check this first house. Alright, and here we find another one of these ancient things that talk to us. Open up this chest for an elixir. I'll head out. Go down here in this other house. We'll go back to the other house in just a minute. I want to explore this other house first. Right here. Another one of these shiny things here that if we try to talk to it. Stream of conscience. Could this be the words of the ancients? Can't understand. Alright. Let's wind around here. And we go up these stairs, this little ladder here. Oh, this ladder is another chest that has a guard source. Alright. Pretty much that's all there is to explore in this area. There's no more items we can pick up or anything like that. So now we're going to go back into that first house. And we're actually ready to proceed with the plot. This is kind of another, I don't want to say necessarily a point of no return, but this is about to proceed on with the plot. And again, Fort Condor battles, if you're trying to keep up with them, you should go fight the battle before you actually go into this house and do this little conversation you're going to have as soon as we climb this little ladder here. Alright. That's letting you know we're approaching a west zone and kind of a progression with the plot kind of thing. You go up here. You can say yes, you'll rest, heal up, and the plot will move on. If you say no, you get a chance to go back and do anything you want to do, Fort Condor battles or whatever. I'm ready to move on, so I'm just going to say yes. So we got a nice peaceful free inn here, nice heal up. But the morning doesn't quite come. Cloud's woken by something. Well, that's bad. That's very true. Alright, didn't get quite the dialogue I was looking for there. Apparently I had, again, I don't know if it's a location in the party thing or what, but one time when I played this game, I got to this point, I had Sid in the party, and when Cloud mentions that he feels Aeris and Sephiroth being here, Sid actually says, "Shit, Cloud, we need to go," and it actually says the word "shit" in the dialogue box. They didn't censor that, or they missed the censoring there. So I was hoping I had. There's another reason I brought Sid along, not just for the limit breaks, but to hopefully get that dialogue. But apparently I either had him in the wrong spot or whatever. But oh well, doesn't matter. I'm sure somebody on YouTube somewhere probably has it recorded. Anyway, ready to move on. We don't get fades when we transfer between maps now for some reason. But now is the time for your next Fort Condor battle. If you fought the previous battle and you're done, there's now another battle available at Fort Condor right now, between this point and the next major storyline plot. Aeris' voice is apparently coming from this middle section over here, so let's go this way. At this point, I want to say thank you very much to the developers of this game. Not just for the game in general. I mean, it's an awesome game, I gotta say that. But mostly for the fact that they integrated the run button. Can you imagine playing the entire fucking game at this speed? If they did not put in the run command or the run button, can you imagine playing the entire game moving at this pace? I'm approaching the 50 episode mark. It would take me 50 episodes to get out of Midgar.
Square Enix needs to fix that.
You need to shut up over there. Alright, let's go into this oddly seashell-shaped building here. And we could have come here, like I said earlier when we first got here, but this middle area down here, you see that blue little little walkway, would not be available. Let's go up here first. We could have come in here and got this the first time. This is a comet materia, a very powerful magic materia. The one that I will be utilizing. But it's kind of unique because this comet materia cannot be paired with all. You pair it with all materia, it doesn't work. It doesn't do any good. It still only attacks one target. But its second ability, called essentially Comet 2, but in my little mod here, it's actually called Meteor. That actually does attack all targets. You got Comet, which attacks one target, and Meteor, which attacks multiple targets. But we could have come here and gotten the Comet materia when we first arrived here, but I figured, what's the point? We're going to come back here when the storyline requires it anyway, so I just figured to show it off then. But I do want to go ahead and equip it, so let's see what we've got. We have the MP absorb materia here. Cover counterattack. I don't care for counterattack, so we'll switch counterattack out for Comet. That way it starts getting some experience. As you can see, it's a 3-star materia. It only has 2 abilities, obviously, because it always has 1 more star than the number of abilities it has. 1 star for each ability. It starts with Comet, and its second ability, which would normally be called Comet 2, of course, the mod I'm using, gives me Meteo. Obviously, I used Meteo instead of Meteor, because Meteor is obviously the storyline black materia skill. So, a little bit of nice little touch-up they did there. That's the Comet materia. Now we come down here, and now we can proceed down this blue walkway. Just follow it around. Again, no battles at this point. There's not going to be any random battles. This is another area. This is one of many areas throughout this Final Fantasy VII that I can't wait to see the Final Fantasy VII remake of. I would love to see this particular area here where the staircase all the way down to this point and everything. I want to see all this redone in HD, or with the Xbox One, PlayStation 4 quality graphics. I can't wait to see. This area was already beautiful in 1997, and the cutscene's about to come up. That everyone knows what I'm talking about. Those who have played it anyway. That cutscene, this area, is already beautiful when it was made in 1997. I can't imagine how much better this would look in the remake. What?
Final Fantasy VII remake.
That I still refuse exists.
Never gonna happen.
I still don't think it's real. I think it's all a big April Fool's joke by Square Enix. Just like I think that Destiny 2 trailer that we saw yesterday is a big April Fool's joke by Bungie as well. I'm going to go ahead and utilize the save point here real quick, and I'll be right back. Alright, I'm saved up and all ready to go. We're going to proceed down here. Our party's going to separate from us for a moment. Oh, there's Aeris. Wonder what she's doing. Well, we'll find out what she's doing in the next episode of Final Fantasy VII. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and check out the links at the end of this video for more of my videos, and thanks so much for watching. I'm Scoryth, the Crimson Renegade. Renegade, I promise I've been through puberty. I'll see you later.